Hold on, y'all. Just give me a few moments. Try to notify people that I'm live on StreamYard. Let me promote this right quick so that I can get this going. Oh, you guys can feel free to throw in some donations if you want. 'Cause I think this might go to my revenue. You know, sometimes when you try to promote your stuff on Twitter, your phone is acting real dumb sometimes. That's kind of what it's like, what it's doing right now. All right, y'all. Welcome to episode 11 of Chill Stream. I'm your host, DE2 Productions. So we're going to be talking about Kevin Smith and the whole He-Man controversy, as well as Shakari Richardson. Yeah, this whole thing is just really crazy. This whole week has been nothing but craziness. But we're going to focus on Kevin Smith first. Um, Bull Run 27, thanks for stopping by. Feel free to drop a donation. Oh, and by the way, the super chats and the super stickers are open, so make sure you guys feel free to drop a donation if you want. Uh, I mean, Sequel of Point Godzilla was great. I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this new comment from my Power Rangers or the Power Ranger seasons being removed from Netflix video. Someone told me they're on YouTube. Yeah, I know, but we're not here to talk about Power Rangers. We're talking about Kevin Smith and the He-Man controversy, as well as Situate uh, Shakari Richardson. Excuse me. I don't know why I butchered that name right. So let's talk about Kevin Smith for a minute. You know, this dude, he's known. Ball runners down topic, man. Like I said, if you guys are, free or anything, you can feel free to donate your, well, drop a super chat and donate some money if you want. I mean, that's totally up to you. Because right now the super chats and everything are open. So yeah. So getting back to Kevin Smith for a minute, the guy he pretty much lied about the whole not being a fan of the Masters of the Universe series back in the 80s or whatever. He clearly didn't do his whole research on this whatsoever. And come to find out, he lied about it on Twitter, and fans call him not once but twice. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at this website from Sci-Fi, aka The Wire, and it's pretty much has everything Kevin was saying about not being pissed off. You know, okay. What I'm trying to say is that Kevin, he's still in denial about not lying to the fans about not being a fan of He-Man the show. And this show could end up being woke. Because in my last video yesterday, when I reacted to it, I had people correct me on about the woke, and I pretty much understood that. So I shouldn't be afraid to say it. But to me, He-Man Masters of the Universe Revelation show on Netflix is 100% woke because it focuses, it focuses on Taylor 24/7 rather than He-Man because He-Man has been sidelined. And this right here has been my main concerns about this show. I was really excited to see it, but after finding out about Kevin, yo, I don't know how to feel about this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to this website and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Let me share this screen. All right, so here we go, y'all. Kevin Smith promises Masters of the Universe Revelation won't ruin your childhood. Now, if you see this title right here, I think that pretty much sums up what Kevin Smith did. So let's get to it. Back in the 80s, a whole bunch of jinx. Okay, I don't know what this word says. Xers. Well, jinxers. Yeah. Back in the 80s, a whole bunch of jinxers oriented their little kid lives around watching the animated series He-Man and Masters. Well, I can't even talk right. Masters of Universe. Hunch over an afternoon snack, those jinxers watched the drama-filled life of Prince Adams, who was secretly He-Man, like it was a candy-colored soap for kids, just with much cooler tiger for a pet. Yes, we know now that it was intentionally a half-hour long, a half-hour long toy commercial, but we both, but it wove itself into imaginations and mentions of a whole generation of kids who ran around screaming at half the power in playgrounds around the world. You know, even though the show came out in the 80s, it still changed the game for Saturday morning cartoons as well as weekly television. You know, the 80s pop when it comes to the animated shows and Saturday morning cartoons. The likes of He-Man, Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Transformers, you name it. They all pop in the 80s. But when it comes to He-Man, that's the one thing you should never mess up on. And pretty much that's exactly what happened in this series, which is why there was equal parts trepidation and cautious optimism when it was announced Kevin Smith would be showrunning Netflix new animated continuation of the '80s series Masters of the Universe Revelation. Would it be some crazy reimagination? Would it poke fun at the old series, which come on deserves it a little, and mock which many hold dear? It was the first thing Sidewire asked Smith when we got a Zoom with him recently. How did you write to our times with also being careful not to alienate nostalgia-loving fans? God, I hate those cherry bombs. So this part right here is talking about how they interview him and how he's trying his best not to piss off the fans, more pissed off the fans. Well, he's pretty much doing just that. So I never felt like we're going to piss people off. Yes, you did, Kevin. Smith says, candidly about continuing the canon of the original show. We always said this is for those people. We're not trying to win new converts. Yes, you were. Although we think other converts will typically as parents watching the show with their kids. And even if you don't know anything about He-Man, this is a wicked cartoon series. Now, this part right here, even if you don't know anything about He-Man, now I want to highlight, you know what I'm saying? I want to highlight this for a minute. Now, this pretty much sums up about Kevin Smith. And if you remember a few years ago, I didn't find this out until now. A YouTuber that broke the news about him being exposed twice for this. A few years ago, Kevin Smith said that he wasn't a fan of He-Man and he never watched the show. He claimed that he was a fan of it. But once Twitter found out about his tweets, that's how you know that he was exposed big time. Because when you going around lying about not being a fan of the show, then you're pretty much dug yourself in the grave. So this right here sums up everything about Kevin, about why he lied to the fans. So you can't be doing that if you're gonna run the show. You gotta be able to know about the series. You can't just be given things randomly if you don't know the knowledge of the show. I mean, ain't it obvious? But if you know the world of He-Man, we were engineering this for you to make sure that you didn't leave this experience going, that ain't my show. They ruined it. They dropped the ball. Apparently, Kevin Smith dropped everything. So when they lied to us and say that this show is not going to be woke, look what happened. It was focusing all on Teela and not He-Man. He-Man was barely in the trailer. It's barely on the show. They didn't do this back then, so why are they doing it now? And it's funny because looking back at my reaction to the trailer, I didn't even pay attention to the full details of the trailer. So she went from having long hair to just cutting it off, just to show the world how feminine this show can be. I mean, I didn't realize how ludicrous this show can be, but I never imagined them going all the way woke, much like how the Terminator Dark Fate. I don't know. This is crazy. Taking place right after the last original episodes of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, the new series updated the animation with the animation style a lot, but keeps the very same character dynamics and Earth mythology in place. Prince Adam is still secretly He-Man, and he works closely with Teela, Man at Arms, and the purple mage Argo. Orgo. Together they protect the realm from Skeletor and his minions like Evil Lyn. Smith says when um, Metal Television's EP/VP for content These are the people that run Netflix. So I'm not even going to say their names, but you get the point. Brought him on to Revelation. His only marching orders were not to make fun of the old shows and characters and to give this new series real stakes. These were Ted's words, treating him like a Shakespeare, Smith recalls. And I was like, oh my God, how can he even, I couldn't have been given better marching orders. I can't write Shakespeare, but I can write Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying? And put it in the mouths of these cartoon characters. So they sounded quality important. I love that my uh, parameters were like, don't reinvent. Don't reinvent this. Just make a spiritual sequel. A spiritual sequel. What does that even mean? Spiritual sequel. There's a reason why Kevin lied about this. So, like I said, fans are gonna always be right. Right about this because you shouldn't be given the show to run if you don't know nothing about the series. That's the same thing when the black woman was, I forgot her name, when WWE hired her and she knew nothing about wrestling. And when she said that stuff that she shouldn't say, she got fired a few days later. And she didn't even know who Bobby Lashley was. I'm like, wow. The whole world just hiring dumb people that don't know nothing. That don't know nothing. But this part right here, you know, I feel like Kevin, he could have just been honest with the people and just he did his own thing and not make it woke. I hate when people do this. Like you're making a show about certain people's shows, cartoon or film. Stop with the wokeness. It shouldn't have to be this way, but it already has. And it's already happening. Smith and his writers have taken those marching orders to heart. The first episode of the series, he promised, will make it very clear that that the new series represents. No. Let me start over. Smith and his writers have taken those marching orders to heart. The first episode of the series, he promised, will make it very clear that the new series respects the original and that the stakes are indeed higher. For the first 10 minutes of the show, it plays like an episode of He-Man and Masters of the Universe, just better drawing, Smith tease. And then at the 10-minute mark, he switched. 10-minute mark, we switch. Everybody's still the same, but they had to deal with the fallout of something dire happening for the first time. We tee off of here. Look, I don't believe it because the show is woke. Kevin lied twice because we all know they're gonna come up with something very feminine about the female characters when it comes to Tila. Because we all know in the trailer she cut her hair to make it more feminine. And I don't think I'm gonna be up reacting to an episode because it's gonna suck. This show is gonna end up being like we all expect it to be woke when it comes to sh- like you guys get where I'm coming from with this, right? So I was very hyped. I was very hyped for the show, but based on what I'm seeing, I don't think I'm going to be excited for this because if you're going to keep lying to your fans, then you might as well not make the show. So, so getting back to what I was saying about the whole issue, yeah, I don't think people are going to end up watching the show. At least for me, I'm not. I said I was gonna watch it, but I might, but I don't know because Kevin Smith he lied twice about not being a fan of the show, and he clearly didn't do research on the show whatsoever. I keep seeing something about Godzilla Singular Point. Is it on Netflix or is it free on YouTube? Let me put the invite in the chat because I don't know nothing about this show. I mean, I heard the name of it, but I haven't seen it. But well, as long as you're safe, man. Hey, is that how you invite people? I don't know what's going on with this thing. That's um yeah, I wanted to talk to y'all something else about um Sha'Carri Richardson. You know, the Olympian that got suspended for well, she tested positive for for weed. I want to show y'all something though. Seth Rogen accused the people, of racism, when he heard about the issue with going on with Shachi Richardson and how she got tested positive for weed because she was going through a lot. Hate that I have the hate that I have to, write down the title, but all right, so I'm about to go to this another article so we can have an open discussion on this issue. And let's just say it's crazy, yo. Oh no. Yeah, this thing acting slow. I'm not really surprised by it. So that's all right, JJ. Like I said, you guys feel free to throw in your donations if you want. I mean, the super chats and everything are open. Okay, I gotta write this down. Ask the man, what's up? All right, so let me share the screen one more time so we can talk about this. All right, here we go, y'all. So it says, after Seth Rogen accuses Team USA of rich. All right, so after Seth Rogen accuses Team USA of racism after Sha'Carri Richardson suspension. So he pretty much put out a tweet. It's crazy, yo. On Friday, the United States Anti-Doping Agency announced Sha'Carri Richardson accepted a 1 month suspension after testing positive for marijuana. She won the 100-meter race at the Olympic trials last month and was set to head to Tokyo in a few weeks. The rules are clear, but this is heartbreaking on many levels. Hopefully, her acceptance of responsibility and apology will be an important example. Let me clear this up. Example to us, all that we can successfully overcome our regrettable decisions, despite the costly consequences of this year's. I mean, of this want to hear. Uh, okay, I don't even know what this word says. It's all good, JJ. Uh, Travis T. Travis T. Tygart said in a statement, Seth Rogen blast Team USA when he took to Twitter to call them out for making a decision based of thinking that's rooted in hatred. Wow. So we're gonna get to this tweet. The notion that weed is a problematic drug is rooted in racism. It's insane that Team USA would disqualify one of this country's most talented athletes over things that's rooted in hatred. It's something they should be ashamed of. Also, if weed made you fast, I'd be full of trouble. Oh man, yo, Seth Rogen is going all out, yo. Now, to me, at least he's calling them out on it. And I've seen, this interview, so I'm not gonna play it. I guess I should though. Should I or should I? Hold on, let me start for a minute. Like see if I can share one more time so y'all can hear the audio. 'Cause I want y'all to hear. Here we go. Chris, I hope they don't. Where's the volume? Oh, You know, it's a shame that a lot of celebrities and a lot of athletes, actors, singers, actresses have to hide their pain in front of the camera when they know they've been through so much pain in their life. It's hard to keep on a brave face, but deep down, it's going to end up tearing you down forever. So I think the best thing to do is not to talk to people in general, not talk to the public because you don't want to end up showing your pain on TV so the whole world can feel sorry for you. All you can do is just put out a tweet and not speak, you know, in your voice. Much like how I tell y'all to pray for me every time, you know, like in my person, like, I've always said, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me in my community tab. I would never speak about my pain publicly or a video on YouTube. If it's personal, I would keep it personal. It's just that simple. So for her to have to go through all this to hide that pain after losing her biological mother, to smoke marijuana to cope with the pain. And a lot of people do that. They find some things to cope with the pain. But sometimes, you know, you gotta understand that rules are rules. But I really do think that they kind of took it too far. When it comes to Team USA, they kind of like dropped the ball on her though. And I'm not saying what Seth Rogen is saying that they're accused them of doing is forms of racism. That could be the case. But I think a lot of people, a lot of athletes were tested positive for a certain drug that they did. It's been going on since years. So, you know, I think that's another thing that I see people struggle with. I know what it's like to lose a family member because I lost my brother like a long time ago in 2010. That right there is what changed everything with my family. Then I ended up losing my grandfather to cancer, losing my aunt from New York, lost two of my, people, from Rock Hill, South Carolina that I'm ended up losing to. Lost one last year and I lost one this year. So life changes everything. So the fact that she had to, you know, cope with try to find some things to cope with the pain, but sometimes that can end up doing a whole lot worse, you know. And I don't think meditating is gonna do it either. So you gotta at least find one good thing to cope with your pain, or talk to a therapist or something. Go see some counseling. You know, we all need answers to one thing that can help solve our problems. And we can't have people do it for us. We gotta take action for ourselves to do better. Some people shooting fireworks, y'all. Don't even mind that. I guess they're just getting ready for tomorrow since it's 4th of July. So I don't even care about 4th of July to be honest with you, but I gotta get out the house sometimes. But getting back to what I was saying, you know, you gotta start with so you gotta start with yourself if one is to do better. You don't need to prove to everybody that you're doing better. You got to do it for yourself. Do it for you and see how that will last. Because I know that will last a lifetime. So I feel for this girl right here. I really do. Um, that is the one thing that let me get off this for a minute. So this is the one thing I feared the most if I ended up going through some personal issues in my life. Yeah, if I ended up becoming famous, right? Let's say if I become a famous YouTuber, that if I'm going through some personal stuff in my life, I will never tell the press about what I'm going through, what I did in my personal life. Because the last thing I want the world to do is start judging me, making memes to me, making fun of me, and disrespecting my family culture and everything. That is the last thing that I want to happen in my life if I were to become a famous person. You know, so for me, if I do become famous, I will still be myself who I am from the day I was born, of how I am on YouTube. I wouldn't change for nobody. I wouldn't let the media change me. I wouldn't let the industry tell me how to live my life. But if I do, I'm doing it for God, not for them. And I'm doing it for myself to make myself happy. And that's the best thing about it. So hiding your pain is never good. It can lead to stress, you know, a lot of self-doubting and self-esteem issues. You gotta be able to go talk to somebody about it. So I just want to get my 2 cents in on this issue though. The notion that weed is a problematic drug is roasted in racism is a saying that Team USA would disqualify one of yeah, I already yeah, read what he wrote on Twitter, so I don't know why I read that part. Richardson appeared on Today and apologized. In the meantime, Nike is standing behind her. Good, good, do that. Saying we appreciate Sha'Carri honesty and accountability, and will continue to support her through this time. The brand said in a statement on Friday. Richardson made uh, a virtual appearance on the Today Show to apologize. I want to make responsibility for my actions. I mean, to take responsibility for my actions, she said. Richardson also explained she ingested marijuana as a way to cope after A reporter told her that her biological mother had died. This unexpected heartbreak sent Richardson into a state of emotional panic, and she felt blinded by emotions, blinded by sadness. She has been disqualified for the 100-meter event, but her suspension finishes before the women's team 4x100 relay. Wow. This is just crazy. Like I said, man, I pray that, she gets back on her feet, without being stressed over a lot of stuff because, like I said, life happens. Things happen. You know, we don't want to go through a lot of pain in our lives without bringing people down with them. We have to go through this alone and we have to fight it. We have to beat it. We have to win the battle. Because the last thing you want to do is drag people along with you. And you know what? I mean, she knew the consequences, but at the same time, you gotta understand, JJ, that when hold on. Shoot, hold on.
Hello?
Yo, Killer Gabe, what's up? I mean,
Am
Killer.
I? Sorry.
Yo, that's my fault, man. How you been?
Good, good, good.
Yeah, man. We were just talking about this whole He-Man situation and Chitari Richardson thing. Like I was saying before,
You know Mortal Kombat 11's done with its content now?
huh?
Mortal Kombat 11's not going to add any more content to its game anymore.
Oh yeah, I heard about it though. I meant to do a video about that the other day, but
Okay.
at some point I don't even care about the MK11 anymore because we knew that Ed Boon stopped caring about MK11 since, you know, he kept on doing rumors about possible that MK Shaolin Monks remaster was going to happen,
I know.
and not to mention, you know, not giving even not giving any information on an MK11 3-pack. So I never cared for it, to be honest with you, because there's just lack of communication there coming from NetherRealm.
It took them like 8 months to say that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You could have said it before. We're drinking some
know.
water. Drinking some water.
Yeah, man. But like I said, man, I kind of felt like, I think they should move on from MK11 because we don't need to do another time traveling thing.
They shouldn't even did it begin with.
Yeah.
They should have just did the Deception Armageddon storyline.
Bruh, that could be a good idea though. Especially towards the ending of MK9 when Liu Kang got killed by Raiden. He could have turned to a zombie right then. And They could have done, like you said, a Deception storyline. Imagine how that would look in PS4 graphics, like how MKX was. That would have been different.
Yeah. The problem with MKX, they added way too many NPCs in that game.
Oh, yeah.
They could have had all those playable, at least. They could have had mini Armageddon, Mortal Kombat Armageddon, though.
Mm-hmm.
Serena was NPC. She should have been playable. Fujin should have been playable.
Yeah.
Baraka should have been playable. Sindel. Who else? Rain. A whole bunch of them there.
Now that you think about it, Rain was, I think Rain, I don't know if he was even playable in MK9X or even 11. But they did show him in the MK11 trailer, so I guess he was playable then, right now. But
he was playable in MK9. He was just DLC, though.
Yeah, I feel like he should have been part of the whole thing, period.
Yep.
He would have had an interesting backstory of Rain. But I kind of feel like in MKX, they did him dirty.
I know.
Like, Lord have mercy.
Did a lot of the characters dirty in that game.
Yeah.
It's like NetherRealm has a bias towards the 3D era, which isn't right.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's like 2D, still using a 2D format, like how MK9 was, well, in 3D, that worked.
I rather the 3D era, I find.
Yeah, I mean, I did have some fond memories with Deadly Alliance and Deception on the PS2.
All right, Deadly Alliance.
Those are one of the fun memories I have with the game, but here's the thing with MK versus DC Universe. I remember a time when I was really hyped for this game, thinking that it was going to be bloody and gory, have all the crazy fatalities. Seeing Superman using his laser beam, blowing people up. But what we ended up getting was a PG version of a fighting game.
Wow. That's why people
didn't like that game. Like, it was bad, though. But, here's the thing, though. When I first played it, I had, some fun times with it, playing with my friends. That was, around 2009 when the game came out in 2008. But it was around 2009 when I got the game. So when I played it, I beat it with both MK and DC storyline. But when I played it with my friends, we all make fun of it. So we were just playing, saying even though my friends were not really good at fighting games playing on the 360 though, but that's okay. We were just having a good time playing it. Saying that's what fighting games are known for. But in terms of the storylines and how bad this game is and the graphics, it looked bad. It should have never been made in the first place, though. I don't know what they were probably thinking. They were probably thinking, yeah.
I think NetherRealm is Midway was better than NetherRealm. I find.
Oh, trust me, they were. Especially if you're using digitized graphics, digitized actors in games and everything. Although there was this one time they were gonna do a remake of all 3 Mortal Kombat games based on Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. And I've seen how the digitized actors look. They look exactly how they were back then. This could have easily worked.
Definitely.
But I don't know what happened. I don't know why they didn't make it. I guess it got scrapped all of a sudden.
I know. They were supposed to make a MK Fire and Ice game with Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They never did that.
Oh, yeah, that too. I mean, I would have played as either Hanzo or Corleone. Corleone. I don't know why I keep saying this name wrong.
That's okay.
Yeah. But either one, though, man. I would have loved to play either Scorpion or Sub-Zero. They're like literally one of my favorite characters, though. And I would have loved to see that how they were in MK Shaolin Monk sequel, Fire and Ice.
Yeah.
If only Ed Boon and them would have, went into the, went inside the studio and just get the that going.
I think NetherRealm could have done more with MK11, I find.
Yeah. Only thing I hate about that game was just how they keep having original characters fighting their younger selves. Like the whole time thing, and their future selves had to explain to one another about what Raiden did. I'm like, what is this though?
They should have just did the Deception Armageddon storyline, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what they should have done, though, man. And I agree with what you said.
If they want to do that time travel stuff, they should just did it in MK12, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true, though. But, I did a video a while back on the Future Boys Kamikaze. I don't know if you heard of him. He does Mortal Kombat content and was other, content as well. But his videos are known for Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a video on a plot for MK12 of how Liu Kang is now a fire god.
Yes.
So the event took place right after MK11 when some new villains coming in and try to disrupt the timelines and everything. And Liu Kang pretty much had to reset the time to recreate the Mortal Kombat tournament. So he was pretty much the Shang Tsung of MK12, taking over, Shang Tsung's island to make sure this new tournament goes smoothly. That's what I found out according to Future Boy Kamikaze's video when he went on some site and I think it was a link to the article or something like that.
Okay.
That explains the plot for MK12. And trust me, if you watch my video, you would know that Liu Kang is a star.
Yeah.
Like, since he's a fire god, he tries to re-event certain timelines being messed up. Him creating the Mortal Kombat tournament, like, it's just crazy. I would imagine if MK12 would have looked so different from MK11.
Hopefully, has a better roster than MK11.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I wish we would have had Smoke, Smoke and all the other characters, being DLC. And here's the part I don't understand. How come when they make a new Mortal Kombat game, they always got to make certain MK characters be DLC? Like, all of the characters that are from the same franchise to be in the game instead of making them DLC. Like Melina, Smoke, Reptile, Nightwolf, Rain. And then you're bringing in other characters that are not a part of Mortal Kombat. Terminator, RoboCop, Rambo. What's next? White Ranger?
Joker Spawn, I think it was.
Oh yeah, that too though. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about Spawn too. Hey, I'm glad you mentioned that though.
Yep.
I'm like, dang, yo, it's crazy.
They could what they could have done with Smoke. They could have did like what they did with Deception with Noob and Smoke. They could have switched between the two different characters.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan of that, to be honest with you.
It would have been good to get Smoke in the game anyway. If they couldn't get Smoke in the game, just do it like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I didn't like how, Noob Saibot was in Mortal Kombat Deception. Like having one is a robot version and one is a human Ninja Gaiden looking ninja. Yeah. I'm like, that's not new.
No. They ruined Sindel in MK11.
She got looking like an old porn star.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man.
Sindel Deception was way better, I find.
Yeah. Much favorite to the source material, though. Yep. They pretty much got that part right.
I think.
I don't know, man. Like, I whatever NetherRealm Studio decides to do with Mortal Kombat, because we know they're making Injustice 3. So I'm not holding my breath if they're going to end up making MK12 or doing the MK Shaolin Monks remakes. Whichever games they decide to do, I just hope it's better than the original version. So basically,
hopefully they don't put politics in, but I have a feeling they might put politics in it, which is stupid there.
Oh no, don't do that. Because they already did that with MKX when it made Scorpion's son gay.
Just my dad in the background cracking up there, talking about the dogs there.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. I did the same thing too, how to beat myself. But yeah, man, I didn't like how they made Scorpion's son gay. I'm like, what is this?
It was Kung Jin that was gay, I think it was.
It was who?
Kung Jin, I think it was.
Kung Jin?
Yeah, Kung Lao's nephew, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I ain't like what they did that though. Like, just make a video game and not add any unwanted stuff in it. Because I've seen people making videos on the 3-pack. I wanted to do a video on it yesterday, but I was too out of it anyway. It's literally insane. So.
I think what made the older MK games good was John Tobias there.
Yeah. Him and the digitized actors though.
Yeah.
Back then it was like good though.
The story too was good. Yeah,
I think around 1997, that's when things went downhill. Because 97 was a terrible year, in the late 90s. Comes to movies, TV shows, games, you name it.
Yeah.
There are some things about 97 that were good, but in terms of Mortal Kombat 4, not so much.
No. It was an experimental game with 3D, I think it was.
Yeah. But still kept that Mortal Kombat 3 elements.
Yeah. Except they brought back Raiden and Johnny Cage in it there.
Oh, yeah, that's cool, though. That's a good thing they did that, though. But they couldn't do that on the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo.
No.
Way back in 95 or 96. Like, come on, y'all got to be some of the laziest people midway back then, though. But at least they get this stuff together, though, after MK4.
Yeah.
And then Deadly Alliance, they got everything. But Deception was something else.
Yeah.
Especially with the Unaga. Man, let me tell you something. Unaga was one of the scariest brothers I've ever seen. I mean, from his eyes to what his backstory was, I'm like, yo. But then, I beat him one time in Deception, but I haven't played that game since then. Because once MK Shaolin Monks came in, oh no, Retro wants to come in. Nope. Not
who wants to come in?
Retro.
No.
Okay. Take him out.
I think he wants to come in because I'm in. I don't know. I don't know why.
No, don't even do it, man. Look,
no, don't.
So, but yeah, man, I was making a video about Kevin Smith and the He-Man issue, how he lied to the fans, and now about not being a fan of the show, but even though you were given a show to run on Netflix, I think it's clear to me that Kevin Smith didn't really do any research on the characters, even though he said that he wasn't really a fan of He-Man. But it's the fact that that you knew nothing about the show. You say you didn't like. Here's the thing with Kevin Smith. He said that he wasn't really a fan of the show, but then come to find out he was given a job to run the show on Netflix, and he wants to act like he's a fan of it. He knows the characters, and if you read the article, my goodness.
I think Kevin Smith is better when he's Silent Bob. That's when he's his best there, because he's not saying anything stupid there.
Yeah. But the thing is, I felt like he could have been honest with the fans, because
yes,
if you're going to run a show on Netflix about He-Man, you got to be able to know about the characters. And apparently, since he knows nothing about the show or anything, why would you even want to
work on it?
Right. And he got exposed on Twitter not once but twice.
Yep. You shouldn't.
I'm like, oh my, yeah, that's crazy.
I know.
And then I also found out that the show is going to end up being woke.
Well, that's going to be even worse.
Yeah, because if you look at the trailer of Teela, how she went from having long hair to now all of a sudden she's cutting her hair off. I'm like, oh Lord. That's my best.
It's like Frost on MK11. She used to have long ice hair sticking up, and then she got like a feminist haircut.
I don't understand that.
They definitely removed Frost and
make tough chicks look good, but don't politic feminine the woman character. You could have had them stay the same like they did in the original show by updating their long hair.
Yeah.
You don't need to cut their hair to make them look even more awesome. That's what kills it for me.
Yeah.
And after what I found out about the He-Man, I was like, I ain't with it.
Steve Barron ruined the series.
Oh no.
He ruined it with his bad art design, I find.
Well, for the Netflix show?
No, for Mortal Kombat there.
For what? MK11 or?
Yeah, MK11.
Of who? Cassie Cage?
No, Frost. Remember she used to have like ice hair.
Oh yeah.
She has to have I remember. But then they gave her like an SJW haircut there.
I never, you know what I'm saying? I never liked that Frost, to be honest.
No.
I thought she was just a useless character. I get it, she's from, you know what I'm saying, she was trained by Sub-Zero, but she still sucked.
I know. She even sucks even more in MK11, I find.
Oh no.
But
so they might as well stop bringing her back if a character is not good and utilized well.
She was okay in MKX, but she had her similar to her Deadly Alliance look.
Oh no.
So she was okay there, but they could have put her in the game. MKX, I mean.
I think we can all agree on that, feminism ruins everything.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know, man. It sucks though. And then I was talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. You know how she got tested positive for marijuana.
Okay.
My thoughts on this thing is we're all human, like she said. We make mistakes. We do things that we regret doing, but
Yep.
And I kind of feel what Seth Rogen was talking about of accusing Team USA of racism, because I kind of agree with him on certain degrees. I barely see any other athletes get tested positive. But I think we all know they're gonna end up getting suspended for like a week and then go back to doing their Olympic Games stuff. But if you're a black man, you would probably get like a month or two of suspension. Like that's like the real difference between the human race.
Yeah.
And I feel like, her having a, emotional state after losing her biological mother, being told by her reporter, and it's tough. Like I said, I know what it's like to lose a loved one. We all got to find something to cope with the pain. So I guess smoking weed and marijuana isn't the best way to do it. I mean, here's the thing. At least she's owning up to her mistakes.
Yes.
So you can't punish her forever for that.
No.
Oh. Like, I got to hear your thoughts on this as well.
Well, what do you want to hear? What do you want me to say?
I want to know, like, what are your thoughts on, Kari Richardson, being suspended, after being tested positive for marijuana, after she found out her biological mother died, and she went into emotional stress, panic, and all that. Like, yeah, stuff like that can happen if you lose a loved one. And then you gotta find something that can, cope with the pain. But like I said, some people are just taking it, way too far.
Doesn't Seth Rogen do the same thing too with that?
He does though.
So I don't think he should be talking. He's kind of a hypocrite. I hate to say it there.
Yeah, I guess you're right there though.
Because he's a former Sheldon, his former self, because he used to do good movies like The 4-Year-Old Virgin, Knocked Up, and a bunch of other, Pineapple Express, a bunch of them there. But ever since he turned SJW, he just, he's done there.
Not to mention he's working on this new animated Ninja Turtles movie though, which I thought it was going to be live action, but it's pretty much going the animation route though. But I am, here's the thing. I'm still supporting the Ninja Turtles thing that Seth Rogen is working on. But I kind of feel like, like you say, he should never got into the business with, Sha'Carri Richardson situations, just focus on his project with the Ninja Turtles though. That I get where you're coming from.
Because if he's gonna do Ninja Turtles, I feel like I hate to say, I have a bad feeling he might ruin it.
Well, I can understand where you're coming from, but I would have to wait and see what the film does when it comes out. Yes. Before I give my final judgment. So, don't get me wrong. I love the Ninja Turtles. I'm still going to support it, but I have to wait and see how it does. So.
But, what am I trying to say? I got the Ghostbusters, the real Ghostbusters on DVD. I got a big box set there. Got for $20. It's pretty good.
Not bad, not bad. I know I need to hit the thrift store myself, but every time I go there, they ain't got nothing I like. Yeah. Just a bunch of old clothes and toys, but I barely see any games. But other than, I don't see no Sega Genesis games. I don't see none of that. Just a bunch of VHS tapes and computer games and a lot of dumb stuff that I don't even know and like. You know what I'm saying? I'm from DC, so they got some thrift stores out in Virginia somewhere though. But
yeah,
maybe I'm not sure though. But.
Okay.
I'll find something.
What's going on?
Did y'all do anything for July?
For July, for July the other day, I think a couple days ago was Canada Day, but that's canceled, so I didn't do much.
Yeah, so I know I'm not doing anything on 4th of July. I'm just,
Probably just chilling.
Yeah, and make content. So just doing what I love. Doing something that makes me happy. So. See who else want to join in.
I don't know if anyone else is there. I don't know. Hopefully JJ's still around.
Yeah, I think JJ is though.
Okay.
So I see if he wants to join in though. I'm gonna send him in the chat.
Okay.
Send an invite to him.
Yeah. Or if you can't get JJ, may get VGL or something.
Yeah, him too though. You know what I'm saying? I saw his comment earlier talking about the Godzilla that Godzilla singular. I haven't watched the show yet, but I think I might check it out.
Okay. I watched the Mortal Kombat movie not too long ago there. The 21 version there.
Uh-huh.
He already had Reiko. He just grunted the most of the time. Didn't say one word.
Who, Reiko?
Yeah, Reiko, yeah.
Yeah, Reiko was just a dumb character. Like, I don't know why they added him in and he hasn't even, have one line. But I did find this behind the scenes video of the actor who played Reiko.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I think I'm gonna end the stream there because I got some people coming in.
Okay.
So yeah, y'all take it easy. Thank y'all for coming in, and I'll see you later.
Peace.
All right.